Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Horsepower Obsessed. Today we're going to be talking about two different things, both involving the C8 Corvette. And the first one is going to be how there is a new powerhouse when it comes to C8 or just Corvette sales in general. And the second one is going to be the new C8 Corvette Z06 GT3.R has been unveiled, so to speak. We can see this thing without any camo. Let's jump right into it. Alright guys, so this is going to be a series called Corvette Weekly. I'm going to kind of wrap up the news every week with a series of information that has come out for that entire week. I'm going to call it Corvette Weekly, just like I do my live videos on Monday nights. Now, some of you guys tune in on the live videos, some of you don't because you prefer the more condensed 10 to 15 minute news segment, so I'm going to do one of each. The 10 to 15 minute news segment of Corvette Weekly is going to come out around Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, while the Monday Night Lives will stay consistent on Monday nights, just to kind of keep that whole thing going. Like I said, this is going to be something that's going to be a wrap-up for the week, and this week includes two pretty big pieces of news that have come from our friends over at the MidEngineCorvetteForum.com, and the first one is a big one, because the typical leader in Corvette sales has been dethroned. Now, there is a lot to kind of break down in this particular article, but we're going to kind of do a high overview here just for time's sake. But if we look at the article over at the MidEngineCorvetteForum.com, it starts off by saying, congratulations to McMulkin. They have sold 45 more C8 Corvettes than any other dealership. So the next closest one, of course, is the big one, the big Ciocca dealership. McMulkin has passed them by 45 different Corvette sales. Typically, Ciocca is number one, McMulkin is usually number two, but in this case, they have flip-flopped, so Ciocca is no longer number one in Corvette sales in the US. McMulkin has sold 1,486 in 2022. Ciocca comes in at a close second with 1,441. And then, of course, Criswell is number three at 603. So the top two sell a considerable amount more than the next one being number three. Now, from there, the list goes on. There's actually all the way up to top 10 here. And number four actually kind of surprised me because I was at this dealership with my friend Jason from Front Seat Driver whenever we first started to see the C8 Corvette Z06. The yellow Z07 actually made it to this dealership down here in Florida. And that was number four being Baumman Chevrolet in Dadeland. And they come in at 582. Next one, number five, is Les Stanford with 481. Number six is Stingray with 291. You would think with a name like Stingray they would sell more, but number seven is Baumman again in West Kendall with 225. Number eight is Rick Hendrick with 222. Number nine is Coughlin with 207, and number 10 is George Maddock with 179. So the top 10 dealerships there, guys, not really a huge surprise other than the first and second one kind of flip-flopping. So if you guys have done business with Ciocca in the past, they're a pretty good dealership to deal with. I have some dealings with them and I have never been disappointed. I have not had any dealings with McMulkin, but I have heard good things. Either way, if you're going with either one of those top two big Corvette dealerships, I'm sure you'll be very happy. Before we continue, guys, real quick, if you could please hit that thumbs up button. It really helps break the YouTube algorithm and make sure that all the other Corvette enthusiasts out there will see this video. It greatly helps the channel, and I would absolutely appreciate it. But, guys, moving on to the next bit of information, this one is a real doozy. We have been literally seeing the Z06 GT3R for a while now in that really cool kind of Jake Skull yellow camo that they've been putting on it, but today we get to see it without any camo at all, and my God, does this thing look like a freaking monster. So once again, the guys over at the MidEngineCorvetteForum.com broke the news, and the article starts off by saying the Z06 GT3R with no camo or livery, so just all black panels. Screenshots from the embedded video currently on the Pratt Miller site. So we'll go and take a look at that video here in a second, but here's some stills from the video, and yeah, this thing looks like a straight up Batmobile. So all black, no camo on it whatsoever, but it definitely looks a lot like the C8R, and it's pretty cool because this is going to be something that is going to be able to be driven by some regular people instead of just the race car drivers out there. So yeah, this thing's pretty cool looking. I kind of wish Chevy would have done something a little bit more like this for the street. I'm sure there's a reason they didn't. A lot of this stuff is probably not legal for the street, but either way, this thing just looks absolutely freaking crazy. This is pretty much as close to getting into a race car as you could possibly get without actually being in a race car. But anyway, guys, I'm going to put in the real quick video here from the Pratt Miller website just to show you exactly what this thing is doing, but take a look at this.
It can if it's a master of change, if it celebrates the never before, if it embraces the impossible. At Pratt Miller Motorsports, our legacy lies in racing, and we've become legends in the process. It was the spark that ignited the fire of innovation, and that fire still burns, brighter than ever. A showcase of technology, performance, style, and speed. Described as the wizard behind the veil, the man behind the curtain, our signature always remains. Transforming the competitive landscape, taking it to the next level. Weekend after weekend, we take our passion, speed, and expertise to win, and win with purpose. To ensure the same race-winning methods and technology developed on the track can be applied to the world around us, striving to keep our drivers safe, the fans cheering, and the checkered flag waving. Because wherever we are, nothing stays the same, and we're ready for whatever comes next, because change is what we do. Pratt Miller Motorsports, transforming what's possible through technology and innovation.
The one thing that really stands out to me after seeing that video is the way that that hood is designed. It literally is insane looking. I mean, it comes all the way down, which tells me that that air is going to go right through the front and right up through that hood to really, really increase downforce on the front end. And of course, that giant gooseneck spoiler in the back, that's going to put down some serious downforce on the rear. This thing is going to be seriously planted on the track. Not that I had any doubts. This thing's literally built for the track, but either way, it's really cool to see this thing without any kind of camo on it. But guys, what are your thoughts on this? It's pretty cool that we're seeing this, but it almost seems like an unintentional or maybe intentional leak on GM's part because we have yet to see this thing actually officially announced. And here it is without any kind of camo on it. And it's looking very C8R-ish, which is pretty cool. But what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section down below. All right, guys, that's pretty much going to do it for this particular Corvette weekly wrap-up. Those two pieces of information were the big ones that came to us this week, and I figured I would get this out to you as soon as I possibly can because that's what the whole Corvette weekly wrap-up is about. Like I said, this is going to be something I'm going to do weekly alongside the Corvette weekly live videos that we do on Monday nights. Like I said, those typically run about an hour long, so I understand if some of you don't want to be a part of that. These videos here will be less than 15 minutes and straight to the point if you're only looking for information. But if you liked what you saw here today, guys, please hit that thumbs up button. It really helps break the YouTube algorithm, and it really helps the channel grow, and I would greatly appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'm going to have loads of content like this coming that you're not going to want to miss. And as always, guys, I will catch you in the next upload.